Well, we often hear our next guest on the morning line coming through the Trackside NZ feed, and it's a real pleasure to have him on ahead of the third leg of the Hawke's Bay Triple Crown, the Livamol Classic tomorrow from Hastings. Aiden Rodley, a very good morning to you, mate, and thanks for being with us.
Morning to you too, Mark. Yeah, my pleasure to be here. Of course, Group 1 racing out of Hastings tomorrow, and yeah, it would have been there, but luckily for me, I've been able to manage to get a trip to Australia, which has been pretty cool as well.
And just quickly, what about that great Aussie jockey James McDonald and that great Aussie trainer Chris Waller?
Yeah, it's pretty quick how we actually heard him listening to a crowded house and eating some pavlova the other day as well. So yeah, he's flying, absolutely unbelievable what he's achieving, and yeah, he's a Kiwi that we're very proud of back home, and the same with Chris. And
so New Zealand should be. Righto, let's get on to the business end of our segment with the Livamol Classic over the 20-40 metres. It's undergone a few name changes throughout the years, but it's a terrific race. The depth probably not there from past years. Mustang Valley is the $3.20 favourite. There haven't been too many market moves really here, Aidan, but Mustang Valley for the informed Forsman camp, who are winning on both sides of the Tasman, just keep going from strength to strength. Second last time out, that was at Matamata. Just going back to last week, does the 1 week backup make much of a difference for a few of these?
I think it's been actually okay. Mustang Valley did run 2 weeks prior, was meant to be backing up into the Arrowfield Stud Stakes when that was at Hastings, but of course that race was basically abandoned, then moved to Matamata last week. Her run's very good. You can see her just coming out wide with the white blaze down her face, and she runs home the quickest last, 800, 600, 400, 200, and behind the really impressive Lark Creek, who will now head to Australia and head towards a Empire Rose Stakes at Flemington. But a really good run from Mustang Valley. And the good thing about her, Mark, is that she really does handle a wet track. And like you say, Andrew Forsman's team is absolutely firing at the moment. Vinnie Colgan, who was aboard last week, has been suspended. So Michael McNabb, who won the premiership back home last year, takes the ride for the first time. Priest of Fur was really good close up and behind. There were some nice runs as well. Vernon Mee, who was close to the speed, finishing into fourth position. So they're the key contenders probably into this week's Livamol based on what we saw last week.
And the 8-year-old now, Defibrillate, he comes up with an inside draw on that heavy 10 track. Might not be the place to be come start time for the Livamol Classic. Also, a very special mention before we have a look at the replay of Defibrillate to Rich Hill Stud, standing shocking, and what a magnificent job he's doing. We saw another smart youngster by Zatano Aladdin as well, Aidan. NZ bred horses, they just continue to get the job done.
Absolutely, and Rich Hill Stud are really flying at the moment as well. We go back and have a look at Defibrillate. He's won a couple of Victorian Cups here as well. He was only beaten a length and 3/4, I think, in an Australian Cup as well, when finishing sort of 6th or 7th last year. So he's a high-class horse. Obviously, resuming at 2,040 metres on a heavy track, that's not ideal, but he's had 3 trials to prepare for this, plus an exhibition gallop when he got through the heavy track at Matamata in pretty good style. So he's got to be one to be respected in this race for sure.
Aidan, run us through your numbers for the Group 1 Livamol Classic.
I'm definitely around Mustang Valley. On what we saw last week, she's got to be awfully hard to beat. I've got her in front of Priest of Fur, who's just been a real Group 1 bridesmaid. So he gets his opportunity at weight for age on a testing track. Just Ask Me is the big improver into this. Got home really nicely in behind Mustang Valley in the metric mile at Awapuni a couple of starts back, and will handle a wet track and will love 2,000 metres. And Vernon Mee's been sticking on really nicely. So numbers there 14, 1, 4 and 2, Mark.
Aidan, you must be pumped to get out to Royal Randwick tomorrow. Let's have a look at the Tab Everest market. Still favourite is Nature Strip from barrier 12 of 12. Lost and running $6.50, $11. What have you made of the Tab Everest, not only as a race but as an event, Aidan?
Around it, the hype around it, the promotion around it's just been amazing, and they tell us it's going to get even bigger and better once we get to the track tomorrow as well. But and all the lead up to it, it's been fantastic. We've really enjoyed being part of that build up as well. Obviously, we will be claiming Chris Waller and James McDonald and the Kiwi owners and Nature Strip, should he be successful, just as he was competing for New Zealand at Royal Ascot, Mark. So ideally, but we've also got Lost and Running, who's by Per Incanto, majority New Zealand ownership as well, and Per Incanto doing a fantastic job. So we're around around those couple of horses. Also looking forward to Pinarello going around in the Craven Plate early in the day, which gives us a decent chance in a big race. It comes up against Cascadian, who does look hard to beat. Yeah, we really can't wait to be part of the action out there at Randwick tomorrow.
Yeah, you mentioned Perrin Cantor. Unbelievable to think he's standing for $55,000 this season. Also, wanted to get a quick question in about Smoke and Romans in the Caulfield Cup. He's a Kiwi bred by Gibberlines and, of course, races in the Frampton colours.
Frampton's had some really good horses over the years, the likes of Group 1 winners Armstrong, Booming, Trounced, who won a Group 1 back home a while back. This horse looks to be very good. It was a bit of a sprint last time out, but again, he just comes in beautifully at the weights, and there's no reason why he can't be doing it again. Don Frampton, he's known as a fearless punter back home as well, so yeah, he'll be absolutely just loving what's going on with this horse in Australia at the moment.
Aidan, it's been an absolute pleasure and a real treat for us here on the Morning Line to have someone of your calibre on. Mate, go very well tomorrow and enjoy your time here in Australia.
Too kind, Mark. Really appreciated it. Really enjoyed the hospitality and the welcome we've got from everyone here in Sydney. We're down in Melbourne for a couple of weeks after that as well. But it's been a real eye-opener getting to Sydney, having a look around the Sky Studios, which has been great as well.
Aiden Rodley from Trackside NZ joining us here on the Morning Line. We'll be back with New Zealand racing after this.